Dashia D.
It is JStan.
Welcome back to In Retrospect Podcast. We look beyond the surface to find understanding.
Bring you laughs, knowledge, and culture.
So sit back, relax, and join the convo. Before we get started, happy Social Worker Month.
Right, yeah.
And happy Women's Month, okay?
Right, woo!
Shout out to all the women out there and all the hardworking social workers, okay? We got a tough job, but we make it happen.
Yeah, it's rough out there. So how's everyone been doing lately? That's the first thing I'd love to ask.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
I'm in recovery mode right now.
Recovery mode?
Yeah, I had a nice, I had a really good time in Miami last weekend. So, yeah.
I just heard that they are doing away with spring break in Miami.
I don't know. I mean,
They are doing away with it.
Yeah.
Before we keep going, though, I want to stop and introduce our guest. So before we do get too carried away, as you guys can see, we're joined by
Tre'Dub.
Hey, Trey, is there anything else you'd like to add about yourself or anything you have coming up or going on?
I mean, nothing special. You know, I'm like a really good graphic designer. I'm the shit. And so that's pretty much it. Real niggas.
Oh.
Now, as people say, definitely tapping.
But no, I'm just, real chill. And I mean, nothing really special going on outside of just being dope. So, yeah.
Speaking of real niggas, I had an experience at work the other day. I had a meeting scheduled with, I'm not going to say their positions, but I had a meeting scheduled with two other professionals at work. And it got pretty heated between the two of them because keep in mind, y'all, I am a social worker in the city of Atlanta, but specifically in South Atlanta. And if you know anything about South Atlanta,
it goes down.
It can be a bit rough, but it's rough because of the environment. So, okay. So just setting up the scene, but coming into work, had a meeting with the two of them. Things were heated because everybody is burned out. The kids are off the chain. And this particular person was responsible for all the behavior in the school that day because counterparts had called out and they began to get into an argument. And one of them said, "I'm a real nigga."
Real.
And the other one said, "Well, she's a real." So and
that's my favorite part of the story.
They were going back and forth, and I was like, "Y'all stop!" Because whatever you say to each other, you can't take it back. But they were just going at it. Water was squirted in one person's face. One person was throwing bowls close to the other person's head. They almost went out the glass of the office. So I had to hold them back, So with all that being said, y'all, please check in with yourself. Because you don't want to go to work and have to remind people that you're a real nigga or a real bitch. So
it was giving Zeus.
Right.
Middle school.
Right.
Middle school.
But another news of real just Oprah Winfrey. She is.
No, that's the real.
I'm sorry. We'll get back with you.
Oprah Winfrey, as y'all know, she has spent many years as a spokesperson for Weight Watchers. And recently she came out and admitted that she uses Ozempic, which is a weight loss medication. And I'm sure y'all have seen commercials for it all over the place. But she has teamed up with Hulu, and they're doing like a special documentary to talk about weight loss medication and how helpful it is.
Oprah got money.
She does, and it's not just Ozempic, right? It's Ozempic, it's Wegovy, it's Zepbound, it's all of the the things. So, and a lot of celebrities are using this. But keep in mind, y'all, these medications are like $1,500 a month.
No, thank you.
Even if you have insurance, because most insurances don't cover weight loss drugs. They don't.
Yeah, they don't. If you don't pay attention, you got to check like what your job actually covers within the medical plan that you have. It'll be some weird stuff too. Even with dental, it'll be weird. But we're going to talk about the weight loss stuff now before I get off track. But definitely check into your health plans because what you think may be covered more than likely is not.
Yeah, for sure.
So, thoughts on weight loss drugs?
I would say me personally, just get in the gym, check, watch your diet, go about it that way. Personally, I just feel as if though when you start taking too many pills combined with whatever other medical issues you may have going on, it may start to cause some side effects that you may not be aware of. I would always promote folks to, or just I would tell folks, definitely go take all the pills that you're taking and definitely take them. I believe you can go, what is it? Not to the doctor, but I believe the pharmacy or whatever. There's a place you can take all your pills. I'm not too sure about it, where you can find out like what are the side effects and whether they're cutting them out. Whether it's like cutting out the effect of what the other one's supposed to be doing.
Your doctor is supposed to tell you that, and the pharmacist will tell you that.
They're supposed
before
to,
you buy it.
But they're supposed to, but they are being paid to promote certain drugs.
Of course, but I get what you're saying. The pharmacist will then tell you, hey, if you're taking this pill, you can't take this because they're going to they might interact, and that could cause some things to go on. So you might want to take this one in the morning, take this one at night. But usually the pharmacist is the one to tell you that if it's a new medication that's prescribed to you.
Right. The only reason I brought that up because when I was younger, I remember vividly my grandfather got into it with the pharmacist and was like, "Why do I need that? Just do the same thing as that. You can take that back. I'm not paying for that." So I mean, at the time, you don't really realize what's going on until you get a little bit older. You're like, these drugs do the same thing, or they just cancel each other out. So we're taking one or don't take nothing.
But the thing is, like, we wouldn't need these drugs if the U.S. didn't give us things that other countries ban to consume. Yeah. There are ingredients in foods that we eat all the time that other countries are like, you can't. This is illegal. Right. So I just saw a thing today that broke my heart. It said Chick-fil-A nuggets had some type of, I don't know what it was called, but Chick-fil-A nuggets have something in them that in Europe they don't consider it to be something that is edible and that you shouldn't be eating.
That's interesting because like you be riding hard for Chick-fil-A number one.
First of all, Chick-fil-A tastes good.
I mean, it do like they just had some before we got here, but yeah,
aren't you concerned?
I mean, nah, it's my first time hearing this, so I'm kind of I literally have nuggets waiting for me. Like out after this.
I mean, it's not as bad as McDonald's, right? We always hear about McDonald's. They even said Wendy's is lying about the whole it's never frozen, it's fresh. And they got all these other things in it.
Nuggets? Shit.
I don't eat nuggets at Wendy's. Shit. And it wasn't talking about nuggets, they were talking about the food in general at Wendy's.
I personally have experienced my stomach turning with Wendy's nuggets.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you eat Chick-fil-A nuggets.
I just found this out like 5 seconds ago. I just found this out, maybe I can reassess my life.
You don't gotta rethink because at the end of the day, you're gonna do what you want to do. We all human beings.
Yeah, you're right.
Take this information to heart, do what you want to do with it, but please be mindful that everything ain't good for you. But that's what like too much ain't too good for you either.
Yeah.
Well, in other news, speaking of our ghetto country, the government is looking into banning TikTok, which has like hundreds, I think it's like billions of people. Yeah, billions of people on there. But they are looking into banning it if China doesn't agree to separate themselves from a specific company because they're afraid that they're going to use information against us.
They're not taking TikTok.
And side note, recently, the school district that I work for was under attack. Like our system got hacked, and not only that, AT&T just dealt with that. Yeah. So
y'all was mad as well.
Yeah.
Alleged.
So I no, it's not alleged. They said
everybody's pissed.
So
it's all good. I don't got them, but I'm happy you all are happy with your $10 credit anyway.
But the thing is like
I got T-Mobile, so I don't have them problems.
Yes.
The shade is real. So
my internet's still working, so yeah.
My internet working now. Okay. So the thing is initially when they were saying this, I'm like, okay, whatever. But then I read the article and I'm starting to realize, like, I know a lot of us didn't like, well, I liked it, but others didn't. Leave the World Behind, that movie that came out, and they're like, it's too many loose ends. It doesn't make, listen. When they
it doesn't make sense at all.
It does.
They don't.
When they prime example, one of the things that they're saying in the movie is that we rely entirely too much on these right here. And to the point where like people are buying Teslas. The thing with Tesla is if your battery dies, you can't get out of your car.
Oh yeah.
So you're stuck in the car, and then what's going to happen? Not only that, none of their cell phones working. So then they got to go find a different type of way to communicate. So I feel like we're not too far from some type of major cyber attack because it's already been happening in doses.
Watch the movie Terminator.
So if taking away TikTok, I don't feel like they should take it away, but maybe make it a little safer. I don't know.
I mean, the only thing I see them doing is probably restricting certain, I guess, videos from certain people or certain areas within the world, possibly. But even then, I don't see how that's going to fix the problem.
It's not going to fix the problem because people are still making accounts.
But I think I think now more than ever, like there's so much access to any and everything. As far as like if you don't know how to do something, I can Google it. I can go on YouTube for it, or I can go on TikTok. And now everybody's choice as of late has been, I'm gonna go to TikTok, watch a TikTok video.
But the issue is that now with this whole AI thing, people are taking your face, your voice, your likeness in general, and using it to scam other people.
Yeah, I had somebody call my granny to me and say, "Hey, granny, I'm in jail. Send me $800." Then my grandma immediately called me and said, "Justin, you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine, granny." "Oh, yeah, it's got this phone call. Oh, yeah, don't worry about it." And then later on, I found out somebody called asking for that amount of money. It's insane.
One of my friends almost got scammed out of $3,600 because they made her believe that she missed jury duty, which held up some trial. It is. And the thing is, it's not just her that it happened to. There's a whole article out about it now because it's happening so much. They even have it now to where they're making parents believe that their children are kidnapped by using their children's voices and having the parents to send money. And then the parents find out, oh, my child is in their second period class. Wow. So just be careful out here with what y'all post and how much of your business you post, which I know is hard, especially if you're in this, content creating. You don't know what could happen.
Scammers are just getting smarter now. I've literally been scammed before, so it's not a happy feeling to feel like you've been violated to some extent. So yeah, please be careful, be mindful.
They are. Even I have so I have a puppy, and I have a tracker on him. Anytime a pet goes missing, they send out an email to everybody in the database. Here's the thing. People are they're scamming people and saying, hey, I found Skippy. Come meet me at this place to get Skippy, or send me this money. And so of course these people have their dogs, their cats are missing. And now they're being scammed into paying money to get their dog back. That's crazy.
Ransom.
Yeah, I know. And they don't even have the dog.
If I'm not mistaken, that happened to what celebrity? I believe it was Lady Gaga.
I don't know.
Her parents got taken. Who was that?
Yeah.
But the guy that was walking, he got stabbed. But definitely Google that.
Oh my God, that took a left turn.
Dogs, it was very interesting. As well as the Tesla take as well. Definitely Google Teslas stuck in snow, because a couple of years ago, during a snowstorm, people were stranded in their Teslas that ran out of juice. So check that out.
Oh, all right. So speaking of TikTok, like we said, TikTok has become, I feel like, one of the most, if not the most popular app. And on TikTok, there has been this new trend called 20v1 or pop the balloon, or basically where people are coming in to try to find a date or find love. And we will give y'all some snippets of that and then have a little discussion afterwards. Which one?
Okay, let's go ahead and bring out our next single guy. Right on over here. Welcome in. What's your name?
My name is Evan.
Evan, how old are you?
25.
25. Okay, and what do you do?
So I'm a pro basketball player, and
ages.
I'm a pro basketball player and work in insurance and day trade.
Okay, nice. And Evan, what do you look for in a woman?
It's honesty, accountability, someone to build a family with.
Okay. All right, cool. So we did get a couple of popped balloons. Let's go ahead and go over those ladies, see what's going on, okay? All right, let's start right over here. If we can have your name and how old you are.
I'm Sierra. I'm 27.
Okay, and Sierra, why did you end up popping your balloon?
For age. I need a man to be the same age or older.
Okay. All right, and now is Sierra your type?
A little short. Oh, I'm sorry. Just a little short, but.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm a shorty.
Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. Thank you. Let's go right on over here. If we can have your name. And how old you are.
25.
And Nucci, why did you end up popping your balloon?
You're very handsome. It's nothing wrong with your outfit. It's just not given for me personally. But you do look very put together. You look very nice. I love your hair. Bone structure, go crazy. All that.
Appreciate that.
All right. And now is Nucci your type?
I could definitely see us going on a date, but you said no. So I appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you. Let's go right on over here. If we can have your name and how old you are.
Sure. My name is Quay. I'm 31.
Okay. And Quay, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
It was just the age. So I'm a little older, and you seem like, you're 25, so you should be doing.
It's the random pops in the back for me.
Like, is it intentional?
Quay your type?
Yeah. Because when you pop, that means you don't want.
I was just thinking like just floating around.
A couple piercings here, there, but yeah, you're very beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. So it's just the piercings for you?
Yeah.
He said he would subtract some piercings.
I mean, like his age.
Right. Okay, so initial thoughts on this trend. I'm gonna show another video, but I want to get it,
Overall, I like that the fact that they allowed a space for people to be honest up front and stuff. But I think that sometimes it could, because in some cases that could also go left. Because you're literally criticizing someone that you don't know whatsoever. So, I mean, from the clips that I've seen in relation to that have just been, for the most part, been respectful. But I definitely have seen maybe one in particular where they definitely was going back and forth. But I mean, I think it's like a good idea to like allow people of a certain age to definitely like kind of speak their intentions of what they want in dating. So, it can go either way.
People like what they like.
Yeah.
But please, if you're about to get involved with anything like this, make sure you are a strong-minded individual and you are very aware and confident within yourself. Because this is all being recorded for everybody's watching and viewing pleasure. So please understand when people are speaking their truths. I'm not saying take it with a grain of salt, but understand people like what they like. So if you don't get the response you're looking for, or you think is, oh, it's me, why am I getting this response? Hey, it's whatever. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. But I will say this again, please date and be with people that actually like you and you like them back. That's all I got.
For real.
Okay. Some of y'all not going to like what I'm going to say, and that's fine. I'm used to it. I don't like it at all. I feel like it's giving auction block. And if you don't know what an auction block is, it's when our ancestors were enslaved and their masters would take them on an auction block
to the market.
Yeah. Well, yes. And they would then be like, well, they got a nice fade. They got some nice arms. Look at that smile. Look at these legs. And I feel like that is the equivalent of that, right?
Selling trade, what we doing?
Like, I'm just using an example because that's what they're doing on there. Because here's the thing. That was a very mild version of that. The ones I've seen is when they show half of their body. They don't show a face. They don't show nothing. They just show from here down. And then the person gets to choose if they are saying yes or no to each person just based on their body. So, hey,
that's
if you,
different.
Yeah,
That's definitely different.
Like, if you want to sign up to do this, that's your business. That's your prerogative. But it seems very odd to me that you would want to go into a room, whether you're a man or a woman, and have people, first of all, you will walk in, they just be like, pop, 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 and then you like, oh, I am. And they're like, I ain't like your shoes. I ain't like the fact that you.
I think the craziest thing about that video was just that he was getting the feedback, and as he was giving his answer, people were still popping balloons.
Yeah, like that was confusing for me.
Can I
Like,
get to you, and then you get like it's enough. I mean, damn.
yeah, I didn't understand that because dog wasn't even like talking, and it was just like pop, 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 and it's like while they're going on the line. And I think it was maybe the way he was talking, because he was very like slow or very low. He won't even speak up. But I mean,
I feel like he was chill.
That can really turn folks off.
Yeah, like if
you
you
can't
talk
articulate. I know, I understand what you're saying. It shouldn't make a difference, but sometimes the way that you articulate yourself, that's just how people's first impression is like, oh,
like speak up, you know?
That's how some people look. I'm just saying.
I had a hard time in hearing him at one point. So I mean, but
I'm not nitpicking the videos. It's like that's all I'm saying. That's just something to check out.
I'm saying that first impressions is very broad and it's a lot.
So, like I said, this trend or type of video has been blowing up, and Cenat, who is a popular streamer, he had a video with Drewski, who's a what would you call him? A comedian?
He's a comedian. He's an entertainer.
Okay.
Do you not call him?
Well, because I thought that he did like videos, not like stand-up comedy.
He's classified as
I'm gonna say social media comedian because I feel like that's different than if you did stand up. But hey, anyway, he had Drewski on there and other YouTubers, and they brought in different women, blindfolded both of them, and we're gonna see an example of that.
That's fun.
I think I already know which one you about to show.
Why you quiet?
Nah, I'm just in shock.
What you in shock about?
Damn. Okay.
You get 360?
Yeah, can I get 360 real quick?
Go back to that auction block.
Okay.
What's the problem?
Nah, I'm good. I'm just.
I don't like the silence. It's scaring me. Like,
Nah. I fuck with it. I like lace red. I like
now.
Hell yeah. Some of the features kind of.
Wait, what the fuck? What's going on?
Nah, it's just.
What do you mean the features, bro?
Nah, shit. Like when I felt the hands, I ain't get to see them.
What the fuck?
Very masculine.
No.
100% woman, fuck out of here.
No. I had to take a blindfold off.
Okay, so initial thoughts on that.
So what was the idea behind? So they both were blindfolded, and they had a prior conversation before then.
No, so what happens is two people are blindfolded. They can talk a little bit while being blindfolded. Then they say, "Okay, y'all ready to see each other?" They take the blindfolds off, and then they decide, like, yay or nay. I'm gonna go on a date with you. So I didn't watch this stream, but from this one, they're blindfolded. I guess he liked her, and then they took it off, and then he was like, your facial features. He thought that she was trans. He didn't think that she was a biological woman.
That's why he said when he felt her hands, it felt very masculine.
Got it. Okay.
Said her, but
I don't know if I'm a fan of this one at all.
Right.
It just all boils down to looks at the end of the day, because you could have a conversation with being blindfolded, but then you take it off. It's like, well, you ugly, well, you got a message too. Bye.
Yeah,
like I don't know if I like it. It's very superficial.
I did watch that stream, and I will say there were a couple other ones where it got really. It was one with this girl, and the guy was talking to her. You could tell she was like, "Oh yeah, it seems cool." She took her blindfolds off, and you could tell she was completely turned off by what she saw, and it was more of a, "All right, I appreciate you, just that and the third. I'm good on you."
Yeah, it's kind of shallow.
But it was kind of like. When she was expressing how she was feeling, like you could see this man crumbling on the screen. His rebuttal was, and respectfully, he said, you know, I can take care of you and I can do this, provide, et cetera, cool. That's fine. But then like I said earlier, like I'm starting to lean more towards your ideals, Dashia, as far as it being more of like an auction block of like, see this? You like this? Been around, do this, that, and the third. Because now all of a sudden it's just like you're not really honestly you try to get to know the person per se, but then it just brings in all this other like stuff that really doesn't matter when you're really trying to get
Black women, hear me and hear me clearly. Stop subjecting yourself to stupid ass videos like this. I don't care how many followers you want or you want this person to like your picture. Stop going to these sets to turn around and do a 360 for a dude that ain't even going to take you out. First of all, Drewski's in a whole relationship with a non-Black woman. Let's start there. Second, that girl didn't look masculine at all. To me, she didn't look masculine at all.
I didn't think so.
She got on lace. Her A&T is out. She got on a wig and full makeup.
You
that
clarify A&T?
No, ass and titties.
All right.
And you're
on. Song, by the way, but yes.
And then like, I feel like a lot of guys will say, "Well, we don't like all of that." But that's the people that y'all like on social media. That's the people who y'all give attention to, and that's why a lot of girls do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I think it would be different if they would have did like a slight questionnaire before they take the blindfold off, just to get like raw thoughts. I don't know. I guess it's my first time seeing it, but it would kind of, to me, make better sense to like do it before and after in a way. Like before you take off the blindfold, be like, you know, you're very intellectual. You're very like good in communication or whatever like that. And then when you take it off, then you really gonna see the nigga's true colors, or vice versa.
That's too mature.
I mean, it sounds very.
I mean, it would make sense.
I agree, but that's too mature because all we want to do is have a quick like video like this, so it goes viral, we get paid, and we move on with our day. But at the end of the day, you have to keep in mind, I work with middle schoolers. They're watching this, right? So in their mind, the little Black girls that's at the school, they're thinking, "Oh, damn." So Black boys are gonna think I'm not pretty. I'm not beautiful. I look like a man.
Yeah.
It was in poor taste, especially for Women's Month. It's crazy. And we just left Black History Month. Like, come on, y'all.
Some of the videos, you know, I mean, you know why these videos are taking place. You know, they get a lot of views, you know, find them entertaining. I mean, it's very, you know, shallow as that may sound. That's what people are continuing to do them because they're getting the views and the likes. And it's not going to stop until people stop watching them. And unfortunately, that's just what's out right now.
But you know who's watching them? Children.
So, and they're not going to stop putting it out because they find it entertaining. So you'll keep making them.
Going back to that TikTok thing, parents, y'all better be mindful.
But I did want to talk about a subject while we did go over that first one. And a lot of the ladies were popping the balloons based off of age. I was just curious to know, you know, what are your thoughts, everyone, that, you know, you guys, what are your thoughts on the Drea and Jalen Green situation? Drea is 39 years old. Jalen Green is 22 years old, and he plays for the Houston Rockets, a guard. She recently announced that she was pregnant with his child. There's a lot of backlash that is taking place in regards to that. She is 39 years of age. She is 22 years of age. A lot of folks are saying that, you know, he's 22. That is the age of one of her children. She is out of line. But, you know, I would love to hear your thoughts on the whole situation with this older woman and this younger man.
I just think about the maturity level. Like, having a baby ain't just you in and out of a situation. Like, this is a lifelong situation. So you 21 years old, and how old is Drea? Like
39.
39?
22.
Yeah. And her oldest son is the same age as him. Like, it doesn't make sense to me from just a maturity level standpoint, because I'm assuming this is his first child.
Yeah.
And he still plays for the NFL, right?
Oh, the NBA.
Okay. He is an athlete. But anyway, like, it's just
$100 million man.
Clearly, it's a dollar sign thing. That's why I feel like I don't agree with that type of age gap, especially when it comes to children involved, because obviously he's definitely not mature enough to, you know, raise a child at such short notice. I'm assuming it was a situation, but it was just like, yeah, I'm not a fan of this situation.
I am, let me be mindful of my words. I am split. So on one hand, it's very predatory, right? Because as somebody who is pushing 40, what do you have to talk about with somebody who is fresh out of high school, really? Like, what do you have to talk about with them? Yeah. Y'all are in two different generations. Y'all are in two different spaces in life. So that, and I feel that way, whether it's a woman dating a young man or an older man dating a young woman. Like, I think it's predatory, and you're not looking for anything
outside
with
of sex.
Substance. Yeah. Now, on the flip side of this, on the flip side of this, I don't feel bad for Jalen. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these young athletes, they run through the same 30 IG models, impregnate them, then be like, man, she a gold digger, she this, she that. Well, why?
You knew that going into the
correct.
situation.
And also, there's a thing called a condom. How about that? Like, I don't understand why these same girls have the same playbook, no pun intended, and y'all fall for it every single time. Brittany, who was it?
Renner?
No. Deion Sanders, yes, her. Deion Sanders brought Brittany Renner, her, to his players for her to tell them, hey guys, when you go into college and you're playing sports, there are going to be women. There are going to be women who come to your games because they're trying to figure out who they can get a ring from or a baby out of. Be careful. And what do they do? Man, I ain't.
I'm about to say they don't think like
I'm gonna do what I want to do, and then that ain't gonna be me. And here you are, boop. We got a photo shoot now with the belly, like.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of like, it's like how this gonna look for you? Like, of course, like you ain't thinking about the actual logistics of it. Like you're having a baby with someone. It's just like, oh, I about to bag the baddest person, or the baddest woman on Instagram or whatever. And so like that's why I said the maturity level is just. That's it. You know, you got this money.
I've been watching her on TV for a while. Now.
Yeah.
I might as well.
Or sometimes I feel like they want to. Sometimes I feel like they want to mess with women that their favorite rappers or athletes have messed with as well. As a way to be like, oh, well,
a surprise.
Yeah. Like, oh, well, she done been with, I don't know,
Bow
Bow Wow or Soulja Boy or whoever else. So I got his girls. So like, I feel like it's a part of that as well, but that goes to show the lack of maturity. Because once again, I'm 28. I'll be 29 next month. I have no interest in dating somebody who is 25, let alone 22.
Yeah, that's just a preference thing. Like, ain't nothing against people of a certain age. Just like I personally don't see you as my equal. You know, just to be with long term. So.
I'm looking at buying houses. Never mind. You're gonna be on the game, man, bro. You stupid for that.
You still trying to learn how to fill out a W-2 form.
Exactly. I ain't got time. I don't got time.
You exempt or non-exempt? You can't even fill up your own medical prescription.
Right. So let us know below your thoughts on all the things that we discussed. Thanks for Tre'Dub for joining us today for this lovely conversation. I've been Dashia D.
I've been JStan.
Join us every other Friday at noon.
And always remember to like, comment, and subscribe.